Hi, I'm Ernie Medina with TRB, and today I'm joined by Stephen Fan, one of our instructors here at TRB. And we're going to talk a little bit today about 3 reasons for appendix carry and why it's a good idea. The first thing that I want to go over is the speed of access with appendix carry. So a lot of folks out there are starting to gravitate towards appendix carry, and for many good reasons. But one of the main reasons is the ability to get the firearm into the fight very, very quickly, as opposed to having it anywhere along their hip or say in other parts of their body. Getting the firearm into the fight is essentially fast for the appendix carry. And we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that now so you can see and connect with what we're talking about. So if Stephen over here is my attacker and he's a little distance away, or we'll talk about close in a little later, but if he's a little bit distance away and I need to get the firearm into the fight, I have the ability, assuming that I'm concealed, to just simply draw, get access to the firearm, and right here, as soon as I get to retention, this firearm is employable. No matter if he's this close, farther away, or in close where I can only get to retention, well, guess what? I can employ this firearm. Now, we are at contact distance, so other factors to consider is Stephen's ability to grab my firearm, touch me, etc., etc. Not necessarily the focus of this part of the conversation, but the fact that I can get the firearm up and into the fight very, very quickly is one of the reasons for appendix carry, as opposed to having it on the small of my back, having it on my ankle, off body, what have you. Okay, so that's one of the reasons for appendix carry. Another reason for appendix carry, or one of the pros for it, is the ease with which I can draw, as well as the security of the firearm as it's positioned on my hip. What I mean by that is that we have most control of things around us when they are in front of us. Obviously, the least of control of what's going on around us behind us. So we like to be in control of things that are in front. Well, with the appendix carry, the firearm is obviously in front, and I have the most control of this firearm at all times. So that also gives people a better feeling about the firearm and where it's located, but it also gives them the ease of access. So instead of having to come around and say small of the back where I have to chicken wing my arm or do any other movement, the appendix carry allows me to access the firearm with minimal movement because the firearm is in the position of most control along my belt line and body. So as we see here, if I am in a close-in engagement with Stephen, okay, and let's just say he's got one arm hung up or something like that. Yeah, my hip guys, yeah, you can grab over here if you're on strong side hip and stuff like that. But here, I have the most ease of access right here, grab, go, okay? So that's one reason as far as the ease, but as well, just having it in the front part of my body gives me the most control where my arms are strongest and able to move and access things. So that is one of the reasons for the appendix carry and why having it in front like it is a good idea for ease of access. Another reason for appendix carry, and one of the pros, is depending on the firearm that I'm carrying. A lot of people think they're relegated to, say, smaller firearms, the subcompact firearms like the 3-inch barrels, single stack type firearms, and it's not the case. If somebody wants to carry a larger firearm, and you can carry it in many different locations apart from appendix, but particularly the appendix carry allows you to conceal larger firearms, especially on your frame. So as we're looking at the position of this fake gun on my body, and this is essentially what would be equivalent of, say, a Glock 19, basically 4-inch barrel, normal grip, all that stuff. So compact firearm, not necessarily the larger ones. But if you can see here that as this firearm is along my front side, the butt or the grip of the firearm is not sticking out past anything. Now, depending on the holster setup that I have with the appendix carry, a lot of them out there have something called a tiger claw, which essentially rotates the grip of that firearm closer to my body and really just hides it really well. So if you're considering carrying a larger firearm, say a 4-inch barrel or greater, you can do so with a little bit more ease on the appendix carry. So those are just a few tips and pros to carrying Appendix that we think, and some of our ideas around it. Of course, just like anything else, there's pros and cons to everything, but those are some ideas about why Appendix carry is a good idea with regards to carry methods. Enjoy the TRB brand? Well, come visit us on our online store where you can pick from an array of different TRB products, from hats, t-shirts, patches, to support our brand, but as well, different products that have been hand selected to really help and enhance your firearms training, from the Mantis X to our friends over at Night Vision Night Sights, our good friends over at AR Maglock Generation 4, Concealment Express, and our good friends over at Niebling Gun Care for the best firearm cleaning kits out there. So come visit our store. We look forward to training with you.